Liz with Love here, and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you are a regular. I thought I would jump on camera today to show you my face because you haven't seen it yet, and welcome you to today's video, which is actually a really exciting collab. I have done this in collaboration with my good friend from Twitter, where we met, all things Sims, and basically we came up with this idea for a 3-pack challenge. If you guys want to take this challenge as well, we would love to see what you create. Basically, it's about taking 3 packs, 1 expansion, 1 game pack, and 1 stuff pack, and building a build with just those 3 packs. But here's the catch, like that sounds easy, right? You can use the base game. Well, you can't. There's no base game in this challenge. You can only use 1 expansion, 1 stuff pack, and 1 game pack. So what All Things Sims chose for me for this expansion, game, and stuff pack were Island Living, Parenthood, and Tiny Living, which were actually quite a good combo, but there were a couple of hiccups where I realized that the thing that I was using was actually base game, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I can't just not use that. But without further delays, let me just ask you to please like this video, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy it, and let's get on to the voiceover.
Okay, so one very important thing that I forgot to mention in the intro is that All Things Sims is obviously also doing a build for this challenge, and I did choose some packs for her to do this with, and the ones that I gave her were university, outdoor retreat, and fitness stuff, and you guys voted that fitness stuff. That was a little mean of you guys. Yeah, I can't wait to see what she creates. I'm gonna have a look at it as soon as our collab is out, and you should too. I'll link her channel down below. So my idea for this build was to create little island huts that work as an Airbnb and give tourists that feeling of, you know, living in the culture that they are visiting, but actually there's like a full kitchen and plumbing, so not that authentic. You know how it works with some of these Airbnbs. And you can see that I am using the Stilted foundation because I didn't realize for quite a while that it was base game, because it did come out when Island Living came out. So I just used it instinctively, you know, and later on you'll see me realize that it's actually a base game, and I'm gonna change it to the stone foundation that it actually comes with Island Living. And I'm gonna change the height because with the stone foundation it kind of looked weird. But yeah, I had these 2 little huts in my mind, and I'm gonna add a little outhouse as well, but the outhouse is actually like a full bathroom because, you know, this is their Airbnb, so they want it to be nice and comfortable for the guests. And now I just swapped the foundation to the correct one, and I actually put both the huts on the same level because that allows me to put the stairs back there to the outhouse. Now I'm just adding some doors. I was thinking for quite a while about what windows I should use. I did end up going for the half open ones with no glass in them. I thought these were kind of like a good compromise for a place like this, an Airbnb that's kind of letting tourists experience, you know, the local kind of living. And yeah, now you see me add the little outhouse. I do love adding outhouses in my island builds because it just feels very realistic to me, especially in ones that are in more secluded areas. This is not in a secluded area, this is in like literally by the beach, by the bar, in the town center. But you know, I thought that's very normal in the island like that, and maybe even some of the houses that are in the center would have it. And now I moved on to the landscaping, which originally I was much more freaked out, but it actually turned out quite alright once I realized there's the debug menu that I can use, and the debug menu has quite a few Island Living things, which I ended up using. But there's quite a lot of landscaping in Island Living, which is pretty nice for a challenge like this. I was kind of scared I would end up with like 1 tree in the backyard. But there is this bushy grass kind of thing which I used a lot, and I added those little flowers, which I think the swatch that shows up at first is the orange one, but it does have more, you know, swatches that are less in your face, let's just say that. And I kind of tried to blend this in the area around, so you can see me add the same flowers and kind of connect them to the ones in the world on the edge of the lot. And yeah, it's just a lot of laying down plants, guys. If you want to make your builds look good, just put down a bunch of plants if it's appropriate, of course. but I do like to make my builds kind of a little overgrown. So now I'm just adding a little pathway. I realized that the only terrain paints that we have in Island Living are sand. So that was kind of another one of a, ooh, what do I do moment. But I think it doesn't turn out bad. It kind of looks weird. I did check, as you can see there, how it would look on the gallery from the front. On the gallery, it doesn't really look that good because, I don't know, the gallery just has the most weird way of taking pictures that make all builds look so much worse than they do when you take your own pictures. Anyways, now you can see me discover the debug menu and add a little bit more natural plants, because in the build and buy menu for Island Living, quite a lot of the plants that we do have are way too manicured for a build like this. Ooh, and I discovered a clothesline. That clothesline is so pretty. I can't believe I haven't seen it yet. It's in the debug menu, same as those mailboxes, which I think are really cute. So since there's no mailbox in Island Living, I added those debug ones. And now you can see me moving on to the inside. So the right hut was going to be the kitchen and sort of the living area, and the left hut, or the further hut, was going to be the sleeping area with a bedroom for parents and one kid, or it's a double bed and a single bed. I wanted to make it islandy, so that room has sleeping for both the parents and a kid. And in the kitchen, I was originally trying to, connect it along that half of the walls, but it just looked weird. When I was trying to connect it, it didn't go together well. We kind of need counters that go over the 45-degree corners because we only have the ones that go 90 degrees. But then I decided, you know what, it doesn't actually look really bad when I do it just on the side of the walls, leave the window side open with just a plant. It looks pretty fine, I think. But you guys know that I like to add a lot of clutter to my builds, and that is where I literally started struggling with this one. Because Island Living, Parenthood, and Tiny Living do have some clutter, but not really that much. Most of it is actually from Parenthood, and it's things like kids' journals and, the little bread box kind of thing. I never know what to call it. Let's call it a bread box. But I was really lucky with Parenthood because there's the cute sink that I love using, and it looks kind of rustic. And for the dining table, I actually just chose a picnic table because I was like, you know what, it matches the vibe, looks pretty fine. And then I added this little wicker sofa. Well, it's not little, it's a 3-seater anyways. And I was struggling quite a bit with things to put up on walls in this build because Island Living doesn't have any paintings. There's 0 paintings in Island Living. They're just wall decorations. So I ended up putting up fish over the seating area, which I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want that in an Airbnb I visit. I'm a vegetarian. I don't like to hang fish on my walls, but I think it looks okay. Maybe just imagine that they're not like stuffed fish. Just imagine, that they are just images of fish. That kind of makes me feel a little calmer. Anyways, I just added a little more clutter to the table, but there really wasn't that much that I could do with the clutter that I did have because I didn't really use the debug menu on the inside. I only used it on the outside because I wasn't really sure if that's cheating. We didn't really settle with all things Sims whether you can use debug. So I was like, I'm gonna use it for the outside but not for the inside. Let's just go compromise on that. But now you can see me move on to the bedroom, where I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out the layout, where the one bed should be, where the double bed should be. But I think the layout that I did choose in the end works quite well, even though the parents' bed is technically like right next to the door as you walk in. And I added those little room dividers. I think they're really pretty. They look really nice. And they give it a sense of a bit more privacy. A family would usually probably want that, even though they want that authentic island experience. And on the island, a lot of people probably share bedrooms. Just adding some furniture to make it look less empty. The Island Living furniture is gorgeous and it just goes together really well. So I think I was really lucky that I got that pack because I don't think I even used any other furniture. I used this little side table. It's not a side table, this little console table kind of thing in the kids part. That is Parenthood. and I think I also used it in the living area, but otherwise I only used Tiny Living and Parenthood for the decoration, because the furniture from Island Living just goes together so well. And oh yeah, I didn't use it in the bathroom later on, but in the main areas I didn't. And I love how the beds and all the swatches from Island Living match. I think quite a lot of packs miss that some of the swatches just don't match. And I do like those more weathered pieces, you know, that you can have a swatch that makes it look a little bit more worn and torn. I do enjoy that. And I did add a little shelf from Tiny Living over there in the corner, because I thought, you know, since they have the outhouse, maybe they want like a little area to wash up if they don't want to go all the way to the outhouse, you know, those like 10 feet it takes. And now you can see me actually move on to the outhouse. There's a gorgeous Island Living tub, so I added that, and I used the Parenthood sink because I love using that one, and I did use the Tiny Living toilet because there's no... Is there toilets in Island Living? I don't think there's toilets in Island Living. And now you see me move on to the screenshots actually. Wow, that was quick. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this challenge, and if you do attempt it as well, do tag me on Twitter or on Instagram when you post it. Follow me and All Things Sims for more collabs like this. Don't forget to subscribe to both me and All Things Sims. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!